Classic rock album reviews coming right at you.
Schmackemagob, my friends. It's time for another one of my classic album episodes. And it's all about Yngwie J. Malmsteen this week, or this month. I put one up a month. How I discovered Yngwie was this band, Alcatraz. I didn't know about Steeler. I saw Hiroshima Mon Amour, a video of it on Heavy Metal Mania. Remember Heavy Metal Mania on MTV? Before Headbangers Ball, Dee Snider hosted it. And it blew my mind. I mean, I was already a fan of Down to Earth, you know, Grand Bonnet. So I ran out and bought that Alcatraz album, and man, what a great album. Amazing album. And I will do an episode about that in the future. I'd like to do an episode about Steeler. I love that album too. And I loved the Rising Force, the first one, the instrumental that had 2 songs with Jeff Scott Soto singing. The rest was instrumental. And then this one. Oh man. This album is so amazing. Now, by the time this album came out, I became very friendly with Yngwie's son, Antonio. And I told him one night, I said, you know, back around Marching Out, 85, this is at the time I moved out of my parents' house. I was living in a little 1-bedroom apartment. Same hotel where Andrew Cunanan stayed at, the guy that killed Versace. Weird coincidence. I was working in Publix. It's a big grocery store for those that don't have Publix in your area. I was a stock boy in the back, and at night I was partying really hard. These were very, very crazy times for me. I was young. I was still not 20. I think it was like 18 or 19. And I was partying really hard, and I remember, you know, there was a friend of mine that died from heroin. No, I didn't do heroin. Heroin is like Jesus, man. You see what heroin does to people. Why would you even want to try it? It's just nutty. But I knew a friend that died of heroin. Though, I wasn't doing heroin, but I did a lot of, remember Quaaludes? Those were, man, let me tell you, if Quaaludes were still around, I probably would be dead. That was the best drug ever. But my governor, I promise I'll get back, and I'll get into the album in a second. Our governor at the time was called Paula Hawkins, and she outlawed it. I hated her at the time because I was young and stupid and loved Quaaludes. And, but you know, I remember vividly, and I told this to Antonio, Yngwie's son, I said, you know, when I was a kid in 18, 19, I remember saying to myself, I got to slow down with the partying because I need to see Yngwie Malmsteen live. So in a way, Yngwie Malmsteen saved my life because he helped me cut down a little bit. And then I finally did see Yngwie on this tour for the first time, opening for, oh, who was it? I know Iron Maiden. Was it Iron Maiden? No. It was AC/DC, Fly on the Wall tour. And what was weird is Jeff Scott Soto sings on this album, but when I saw it live, it was Mark Bowles. Now, Yngwie Malmsteen came back on the Trilogy album with opening for Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time, where it was Jeff Scott Soto singing. So it's weird because Mark Bowles sang on Trilogy, and I saw Jeff Scott Soto sing on the Trilogy tour, and I saw Mark Bowles sing on the Marching Out tour. And you know, I wanna expand a little bit on Yngwie. Yngwie lives down here, and I know he's got a bad reputation. Now here's my theory. This is just a theory I have, because I know many people that met Yngwie Malmsteen, and it's always been an unpleasant experience. And they always met him at one of his shows. Now, I met Yngwie on 3 different occasions, and 4 different occasions, and every single time he was ultra cool. But none of them was at one of his shows. The first time I met him was at a gas station. He lives down here. And believe me, Yngwie dresses, you know, just like he does on stage when he's out and about. Seriously, the black and the chains and all that. I met him at a gas station. It was really quick. Hey, Yngwie, and he was nice. The second time I met him was at God damn it, what's the name of it? Bal Harbor Shops with his beautiful wife and Antonio when he was a little kid in an elevator, and I got to talking to him, and he was as nice as could be. The third time, this was crazy. The third time, he was doing this little, it was a Battle of the Bands type thing at this place called Billboard Live on South Beach. That's no longer there. I'll get into the album, I promise. So we went because he was like kind of emceeing, so he was doing, you know, some guitar playing, you know, with backing music, not a band, in between groups. And me and three of my buddies were there, and we had this very attractive woman come up to us saying, you know, because we're long hair guys, and the Battle of Bands, they weren't bands, they were hip hoppers and stuff like that. So she noticed us long hairs, you know, with the concert shirts, and she came up to us saying, hey, you guys are fans of Yngwie, right? And I was like, we're like, yeah. And he goes, come with me. So she took us upstairs, and she took us in a room, and there was a full bar. And behind the bar was Yngwie Malmsteen, and he served us drinks. And he was cool as hell that day. Then the last time I met him, again, was at a gas station. And another thing, you know, Antonio told me that he played my band Combat for his dad, and he ended up liking one of the songs, which totally shocked me, because Yngwie is not one to like anything current. And he ended up, I don't remember what song it was though, but I was like, what? Anyway, Antonio's awesome. Antonio also, major killer guitar player that sounds nothing like his father, and a great voice. He's got an awesome voice. All right, now we'll get into the album. So I bought this record. I was already a full-blown Yngwie fan, and this album is definitely all killer, no filler. This album rules. You know, the beginning, I See the Light Tonight, the only problem I have, and this goes for any album really, and this is kind of recent for me. Ever since I've had my iPod Shuffle in my car, because I don't listen to radio or Sirius or none of that crap, because no radio station is better than my iPod Shuffle. Believe me, you. But the problem I have is when I'm listening to a song on my iPod Shuffle and it goes into the next song, I don't like songs that have that really slow build up. And I was like, what the hell, man? Is there a song here? Well, that's how this album starts. It starts with a really slow build up where it's silent, it gets a little louder. I don't like that now on my iPod Shuffle. I wish I could eliminate that and go right into I'll See the Light Tonight. Wow. And like I was saying earlier, on the Marching Out tour, it was Mark Bowles doing the vocals on the Marching Out album for live. But on the video of I See the Light Tonight, it was Mark Bowles, not Jeff Scott Soto. Anyway, I See the Light Tonight. What an amazing opener. What, I mean, I never get sick of Yngwie. I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people say he doesn't have feelings. You're clueless. I think he does. I think there's a lot of feeling in his playing. Yes, he shreds a lot, and in my opinion, the greatest shredder of all time. He's a game changer. To me, it's like Hendrix, Edward, and Yngwie. Those are the three that really, because when Yngwie came into the scene, man, did he turn heads, including mine. I was like, who the fuck is this guy, man? But anyway, I'll See the Light Tonight. Awesome song. The next one is Don't Let It End. Love it, but I don't think it's placed well on the album because it's ballady. It's kind of like power ballad. I think it would have went better later on the album and put a song like Soldier of Fortune on the second track. But it's a great song. I don't mind it. But yeah, not the great placement on the album. Disciples of Hell. Now, that song is incredible and has a really cool acoustic little intro, and it gets super heavy, and it's just a badass song, man. The drummer that played in Combat, and he played in Thrash or Die too, great friend of mine, and he's now currently Yngwie's drummer. And he's told me on several occasions, he tells Yngwie, come on, man, let's play Disciples of Hell. And so far Yngwie said no, but he himself told me, I think he's going to buckle one day. And I got a lot of cool Yngwie stories from him, but I won't tell them because, you know, I don't know. I got to talk to him first if I should share these stories with you. All right, and then the last track on side 1 is I Am a Viking. Man, that beyond classic. My second favorite track. My favorite track I haven't brought up yet. My second favorite track on the album, I Am a Viking. And song I wish he would play more live. He doesn't. He doesn't play much live. The last time I saw him play it is when he had Tim Ripper Owens in the band, which was awesome to see him play it live. I did see him play it live back when he opened for AC/DC and Maiden though. Alright, now we flip the album over and it starts with an instrumental called Overture 1383, which is cool. I love it. It's a cool instrumental. You know, it's a little mellow and then, you know, it's kind of mid-tempo metal. You know, it's like this is like, what do they call that? Like classical music intertwined. Because Yngwie's a big fan of Paganini, violin player. But he really did, I mean, he doesn't admit it, but he dressed like Blackmore. Did a lot of the stage things like Blackmore did with breaking the guitar and stage. He has like Blackmore stage presence. And, you know, I mean, I know a lot about Yngwie. The first album he bought was Fireball, Deep Purple. He's a fucking Deep Purple fan. But, you know, he really like, oh, well, my influences are Bach and Paganini and stuff. And I'm like, Blackmore too. And I hear some Uli Roth. You know, I don't know, you know, I've never heard him talk about Uli. But, anyway. Next song is Anguish and Fear. Wow. Another killer song. This whole album is just awesome. Man, you got to check out this album. It's really good. Anguish and Fear rules. Blowing my mind. On the Run Again, I believe, I can't remember the name of the song though. But On the Run Again was actually a song going back to Steeler. Steeler released a CD after the first album. I forgot the name of it, but there's a live song on there. Something City. It was Something City. That is this song, On the Run Again. He re-recorded it for this album. As I understand, Steeler really wasn't. Steeler had the songs already before Yngwie joined the band. So I think he wrote that for Steeler, performed it live, but you know, as you know, Yngwie soon left Steeler after the first album and joined Alcatraz. But On the Run Again, great mid-tempo rockin' tune. Next song, my favorite song off this album, man. Soldier Without Fortune. The way Jeff Scott Soto delivers that song, he's a badass, man. Jeff Scott Soto rules. And I want to say this about Jeff Scott Soto, and I might have said this in a previous video. I saw Jeff Scott Soto play with Journey. I know it didn't last long, he didn't do an album with them, but he did tour with Journey. And I gotta tell you, man, it was unbelievably great because unlike every singer they've had after Steve Perry, Jeff Scott Soto did his own thing. You know, what was that guy's name? Steve Aguirre, I think, and the new guy, the Filipino kid. They all are like Steve Perry clones. Where Jeff Scott Soto sang it himself, and I remember they played Rubicon, and it was amazing, man. And as I understand, it was Jonathan Cain, that twat. I don't like that guy. Was responsible for having him kicked out. It could be a rumor, and if it's not true, he's still a twat. All right, then next, Caught in the Middle, another great song, more mid-tempo metal. It's just amazing. I love Caught in the Middle. And then the last song, Marching Out, instrumental again, awesome, just awesome. I love it, and I'm a big fan of Yngwie Malmsteen. I saw Yngwie not too long ago. I don't know when I'm putting this up, but I saw him back in August of 2021. So let's see how long it takes me to take this up, because it's still August of 2021. It was just 3 weeks ago, but I don't know when I'm putting this video up. And I followed Yngwie through his whole career. I know some albums are not as good as others. There's some I didn't like. I didn't like War of All War. What was that? World to End All Wars or some shit. And you know, a few after. But man, that last one, I forgot the name of it. Pandemonium, some with a P. I haven't bought it yet, but I did listen to it on YouTube, and he played several songs live. And man, I think it's the best thing he's done, in my opinion, since Alchemy. And Alchemy is a very underrated album, where Mark Bowles came back. But I love, like, you know, Fire and Ice was a great album, Odyssey, Magnus Opus, Facing the Animal. He had a great, great little run there. But this last one, I hope he stays in that direction. And a lot of people hate his voice. Oh, because he's singing now. Now, yes, when you have to put Yngwie Malmsteen against all these amazing singers he's had in the past, if you're going to judge him that way, yeah, his voice is not as good as that, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not like an amazing voice, but it's not a bad voice. I mean, Uli Roth, who I worship, that voice is a little cringeworthy. I don't think Yngwie's voice is really cringeworthy. I think it's just a normal voice. It gets the job done. Now, would I like him to hire a killer singer again? Sure. But that last album is great. Check out the song Fight the Good Fight and Fury. Something Fury. Check out those two songs. They're up on YouTube. They're awesome. And I plan on buying that vinyl because I heard it all and I'm like, some good shit, man. Finally, a good Yngwie album after a while, you know. But anyway, so Marching Out is my classic albums review for this this week, this month. And those that haven't ever heard it, give it a chance, man. Give it a chance. I don't get sick of his playing, man. I like his voice, and a lot of people complain that, you know, it's just blah, blah, blah. It is, but it's not at times too. He does some good emotional shit too, man. I don't care. Whatever. That's my opinion. If you share an opposite opinion, that's all cool with me. Go without the shredding. It's all good, my friends. So, that's it. Love this album. Highly recommend it. So, thanks everybody for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And please click that notification bell for those notifications. So you'll know when I put up another video. You're like, oh look, Wacky Ass has another video up. Which is usually every day. And donate if you like. I got a PayPal in the description below. Have a good one, everybody. Stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. And SHMACKEMAGOB.